Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We are in Defiance Bay and we talked to Rovan about, well, Defiance Bay. So tell me more about First Fires. That's where the revolution started, hence the name. These days it's overrun with politicians and panderers, but we'll take it back someday. That's where you'll find the Ducal Palace, the Valian Embassy, and Crucible Keep. He shakes his head. The Crucible Knights were the original freedom fighters in Defiance Bay, but now they're just strutting peacocks with their eyes on fancy titles and their heads up their asses. There's an old temple of Vodica there too, but we keep it real nice for her, he winks. Tell me about Brackenberry. A noise of disgust rattles in his throat. The nobility that didn't sail back to Adir stayed there. Most of the families there trace their lineage back to old imperial times. Other than a lot of has-been nobility, you've got Hadred House, where Lady Webb and her spies operate, and Brackenberry Sanitarium, the main caspid of animancy in the city. He spits on the cobblestones. Tell me about Andra's gift. Got the name because it was a wetland that was drained back in the imperial days. Now it's a seedy district populated by sailors, common folk, and more than a few thugs. But it's a fun place too, if you know where to look. He winks and elbows you. Look for a place called the Salty Mast when you're there. Other than that, it's mostly warehouses and abandoned homes. Tell me about Heritage Hill. He shivers. It used to be one of the more prestigious districts in the city. Heroes of the Revolution claimed plots up there, next to an ancient Angwithan tower and the city cemetery. Had the best views in Defiance Bay. Attracts rich types these days. Lot of animancy patrons, he spits. He glances at the crowd and lowers his voice. You wouldn't have heard, but something happened over there a couple of months ago. The authorities sealed it off and they're keeping their mouths shut, but mark my words, animancy's to blame. Alright, never mind, let's talk about something else. What do you want to know? I think I've known everything now. Okay, farewell. I guess it's time for us to
Ready when you are.
head on. Let me see the map. Holy hell, this is going to be huge. This is just one map, Copperlane, and we have First Fires, Brackenberry, Aldra's Gift, and Heritage Hill to explore, as well as the Stormwall Gorge and the Searing Falls. And how I guess there will be more if I go this way. I guess we'll see about that. If those are actually roads, and then because maybe there's something else here as well. I don't know. It looks like a road. This is water. This is a river, so that's not what I'm looking for. That, but from here you probably be able to go to Hearthsong and Elms Reach, Burial Isle, and so on and so forth to Twin Elms. But no idea when we are actually able to go there. Let's just look around more in Copperlane.
Not a problem.
The calm water smells faintly of refuse. Alright. The cat is still with us, very nice. What do we have here? Can I see on the map what that is? Goose and fox, alright, hello. That is a tavern, as you can see, okay. We have some people here. The people who have names could be like patrons, or a patron, I mean, could be like people who backed the game, or they are people who have quests, I don't know, but I need to check. Okay, this one has no quest. Irishti Tungsten, as you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. You see a fire burning slowly on the side of a winding road, unmanned. There seems to be no fuel, no wood or oil for it to consume, no hay or twigs. Despite this, it roars, crackles, wails in the wind. It takes you a moment, but you begin to notice a figure in the flames. Its shaking hands cradle a young face, molten red tears marring skin the color of coal. The boy cowers, flame coating him as he holds his knees to his chest. In the distance, a man approaches, faceless. He extends a hand to the frightened child, who considers it warily before taking it. The flames die down, leaving his limbs unsettling on his head like obedient pets. All tears dried, they walk together, fire and death, hand in hand. I'm not going for all of them now, I just want to know if they have something to say, but it doesn't
Ready
look
when you
like
are.
it. Welcome to the Goose and Fox. We have an actress here, but without a name, so I don't think that's gonna be anything interesting. Can I talk to you?
Hello.
The man behind the bar is nearly the size of an Aumaua. A handle protrudes from his back and his face is set in a stoic frown. He gives you a small nod. Here for a drink? There's a tiny pewter cup in front of him. He turns it in one broad hand, but doesn't drink from it. This is a lively place. It was founded in the early days of Deerwood and independence by a traveling scholar named Errol of Levy. He wanted a place where kids of all backgrounds could gather and hash out the issues facing the new country. He rests his elbows on the polished wood of the bar. It didn't take long for the place to fill up. Brackenbury aristocrats argued with dock workers from the gift while soldiers wrangled with politicians. Deerwoodans have never been known to turn down an argument. He takes a sip from the tiny cup. Huh. I can imagine things got interesting. Soon Kith were coming from the farms and settlements too. He waves at the door as if expecting a crowd to bustle in. This place got even more popular with the Valiant sailors than the salty mast, and that was the problem. He drains his cup. No matter what people say about fair-mindedness and civil debate, there's only so much people will tolerate. Errol found himself on the wrong side of an argument with the wrong Thane, and when he disappeared a few days later, some said it was the work of that Thane. He shrugs, spreading his hands over the bar as he surveys the room. But Errol knew which way the wind was blowing. If you ask me, he skipped town, hid out somewhere hoping for rational minds to prevail in Defiance Bay. He cracks a wry grin. If only he could see it now. Could you tell me about yourself? Name's Bishop, used to be a scholar of Marath. Now I run the Goose and Fox and keep the regulars in line. He shifts and you see a warhammer strapped to his back. What more is there to tell? How do you go from religion to taverns? The journey isn't as long as you'd think. It started with Hollowborn, and with this, he takes a black bottle from under the bar and fills the pewter cup. It was my sister's son. He takes a drink. At the beginning of Waidwin's legacy, he was one of the first. I never expected there would be so many after him. Tragedy is part of the cycle, but it's followed by rebirth. Yet every year more parents were grieving for their Hollowborn children, and the gods were silent. So you lost faith? He leans forward, crossing his arms on the bar. Barath promises rebirth, cycles. But the only cycle I found was this one. He taps the bar. Have a drink, have another, and another, until I couldn't remember how I got home. Wake up, come back. I finally woke up one day to see my family had packed up and left. For all I know, they'd left days before, and I just hadn't noticed. But they were gone, so I came here. I've cleaned up since then, now that I've found my answers. He tosses the cup back. I've just stopped asking questions. Alright, I'll order some refreshments. Let me see, do we have anything here? No, I sold everything. Alright then. There's nothing I need at the moment. Could we hire someone? I don't need to hire because we have a full party, but just wanted to take a look. Oh, I could have a dog with me. I prefer the cat. I like cats. I'm a cat person. Cancel. I could rest here. Yeah, why not rest until the morning? Oh, they have a lot of different options here. Perception resolve, intellect lore, dexterity survival, and defense when disengaging. Or athletics mechanics and ranged accuracy. I think I'll go for that. That's probably the best for me that I can have. Let's go.
Animancy seems to be the topic of the hour here. You've closer dealings with souls than I do. What do you think of it?
Well, I'm not a scholar or philosopher. Um... Well, the Animancers have bungled their research time and time again, and it's always innocent people who suffer for it. Surely it's helped many people as well, those suffering from soul sickness or else afflicted with temper and criminal impulse. Even the reading of soul lineages, people have better sense of their place in the world. Well, I'd rather stay out of the whole thing. Fair enough, let's change the subject. Fine weather, isn't it? Look, Hannah, I'm sorry. It's just I don't know what to tell you about it. I have no idea about it. And it's like, yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like he hates us or anything, it's just that he doesn't like us very much, I guess. At least that's how it's sounded. I didn't know that you could move this around. Interesting. Let's make it like here. Alright. He's
Ready
always
when you
asking us things, and I have a feeling that he's not really happy with what we answer to him. Lupitus Silvarum. Alright. That's how I know that this person is not to talk. That miserable bastard. Who are you? Kainra. A woman sits by herself, spinning something on the table in front of her and watching it with furious intensity. It's about the size of a coin, and it wobbles over a crack in the wood with a metallic rattle. She snatches it up with one hand and slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other. This is not a good time. Huh. You look like you could use another drink. I'll get there. She takes a long drink from her glass. Just trying to calm down and trying to talk myself out of something foolish. Something foolish? She says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping you leave. At last, Kenra looks up at you and lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming along her cheekbone. There's something I need to give to my fiancé, Perdisk. Only he doesn't seem to go anywhere without his new friends, and they're not exactly pleasant company. Who hit you? What? Tell me about these new friends. They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth. I'm not a fool. I know what it means. Pernisk makes me leave when they show up, but it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere in the gift, but not under my roof. She scowls and then winces, her fingertips gently probing her bruise. Swift changes you, I guess. The Pernisk I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. I never thought he'd. She trails off, still feeling the swollen, discolored flesh. I thought Swift just made people lay around not doing much. Kendra shrugs. I don't really know. Seemed better than believing he's always been this way. Maybe I could go talk to him. Her hand rests on the table and she clenches it into a white-knuckled fist. There's nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break. She opens her hand and the ring clatters on the table. It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back there myself, I know what'll happen. I lose my temper, and I'll probably wind up with another one of these. She points to her bruise. But I've heard you're trustworthy. How did you hear that? If you give this back to him, he'll know we're done. Alright, I'll take this ring to Pernisk then. She looks at you and nods. The house is just north of here, just please don't hurt him. As furious as I am, I don't want that on my conscience, okay? I have to go find Pernisk.
Just say the word.
And I can't activate a quest, that's the thing. Oh, I didn't see that before. The dragon is outlined in charcoal pencil. The thick, jagged lines and the paint smell of sulfur suggests that the artist completed the sketch in a hurry. Cliff Dragon White March 2685. Let me go into this room first. There's no one in here, and I don't want to steal, so I'm not doing that. Ooh, Brad Furious, who is that? No. Not someone I can talk to. The painting depicts Glenfarthon ruins and the canvas bears the rough brushstrokes of a talented amateur. April 12 to 665. A dwarf and an Orlan debate philosophy on the other side of the curtain. Okay. Alright. Let's go here. We can still go upstairs. I'm not stealing, I just want to take a look here. Errol of Levy looks on enigmatically from the canvas. Roy Ningwen? Alright. This still gear's pelt is thick with dust and moths. The plaque below the beast reads Maiden Falls 2682. Alright, let's see if we find anyone who's not a backer. A burly Amar raises a hand in greeting. Dayton is busy filing a spur off of a small, round bullet. Ilfa? If Ilfa nods at you, a pint in one hand and a mace slung over her shoulder. Key? The Orlan woman nods at you, a cup of wine in hand and scepter across her lap. Two-tone Weaksel?
Hail, traveler.
Oh. An Orlan man relaxes with his feet propped on the table. Patches of dark brown skin peek out from under a full mane of blue-green hair. He and the Orlan woman with him exchange laughs and comments with the trio at the nearby table, and he spins a dagger in his hand. Interesting that they're not sitting. I believe they didn't make animations for sitting. At least I've never seen anyone sit right. His hazel eyes watch you. You look like you've seen a night or two in the wilds. Joining us for a drink? Who are all of you? The name's Two-Tone Weaksel. The lady next to me is Key. We've had our fun with the expeditions, but we're hoping to enjoy a little peace and quiet for the next few weeks anyway. A man at the next table nods at you. I'm Dreadshot Dayton. This is Hurdy and Ilfa. We were part of separate expedition teams, but we both suffered losses and decided to band together. He takes several items off his fingers. Beasts, barbarians, biawaks. It's a dangerous time to be an adventurer, but a prosperous one too. Dreadshot Dayton. At the next table, Dayton raises his glass. And here's to many more prosperous journeys. Is there something else you wanted? I think nothing else.
Ready when you are.
Alright. Here's some people. Ishana Glynn. Alright. Harrod Rule. And the painting. Old Vela Southern Coast. C2670AI. Not sure what AI means in this case. Oh, this is not stealing?
That'll do it.
I'll take it if it's not stealing. Alright, get to you in a second. I want to check out this room first. The pages of these old books are crisp and fragrant with the salt of a sea breeze. And the most unfortunate tale of Favia and Bernard's Evanian tragedy. Okay, interesting. Here, a few people. Bor Asharia. Lex Kenium McCrack. As well as Dashioki. Okay. They don't have anything to say. So let's leave the tavern. Yeah, we have to find that man and give him the ring. Alright, it's daytime. Very good. Do we know where we can find Pernisk's house? Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Atmostan Expedition Hall, Lomdala's house, Scrivener's Dormitory, the Hall of Revealed Mysteries, First Fires, Catacombs, Brackenberry. Let's go this direction first. Commoners. There's like a marketplace, right? Crier? Heritage Hills claims another curious soul. Please move along, I have a long list to get through. I see. Arrogance? The Orlan woman bounces up and down at your approach. Remember me? We met by Modern Bridge. Oh, yes, I remember her. She slaps you playfully on the shoulder. Thanks for helping me out back there. As promised, I'll give you the best prices in town. If it weren't for you, I'd still be broke. Well, show me your wares. Don't have anything to sell, but okay, you mostly have traps. Rope and grappling hook. Ooh, that would be nice. I think that's gonna come in handy. Okay, that's all I need, I think. I can sell the traps because I never use them. Alright, I think that's all.
Yeah?
Let's talk to the other people. Laura?
Hello.
The young woman stands by a cart, watching the crowd with large bright eyes that focus on you as you approach. Take your time, traveler. If you're looking for enchanted scrolls or garb, you've come to the right place. Well, show me. Seal of Faith? 14,000 coppers, holy hell. What does it do? +1 first level spell uses, +1 second level Alright, holy hell. It has a value of 1,900, but she sells it for 40,000. Teller's Ring? Oh yeah, a lot of spell use things, yeah. Ring of Deflection. Scroll of Maelstrom. I never use any scrolls, I should really start doing that. Ashwood Cameo Figurine. Uses 1 per rest. Summon the Lem Gun. Okay, not sure what the Lem Gun is. Major recovery, regeneration, potions. I'm not sure what I can do with which alchemical ingredient, so I don't know what to do with that. Alright. Let's put this here. Let me put all of the food. No, not the potions, just the food. And the book as well. This can come up closer. Alright. Then, who's next? Namer.
Good day to you.
The merchant smiles brightly. Well met, traveler. Are you interested in purchasing any rations for your journey? Well, let's see. Dragon meat. Ooh. I have everything I need, but dragon meat? Resolve and might. Ooh. Not bad. But not for now at the moment, thanks. Who do we have here? Hilda. Alright, nothing from her. And Lankil, also nothing. Igrun.
Greetings.
Igrun stands behind a stall, polishing a broadsword. The patterned flesh around his eyes is crinkled with age, and the muscles in his arms are knotty and lean, but he holds the weapon with ease. He nods at you. Come to take a look? You won't find a finer collection of armor and weaponry in Defiance Bay. Outside Sonal's, of course. He flashes a crooked grin. Let me see what you have. No, what's so special about Sonald? She operates in the expedition hall. He jerks a thumb over his shoulder, sells the best equipment in the city, but Winan keeps her on a short leash, keeps her fine inventory reserved for chartered expeditionists, members of the dozens, and anyone else he takes liking to. Let me see what you have for sale. Borisane. It's a warbow, which is the same damage as mine. Draining, stunning, fine. Okay, well, basically the same as mine, I think. Just I have Burning Lash and Slaying Kith, and he has Draining, Stunning. Okay. Stunning is nice, I guess. The Lady's Hand, that is a scepter, yes? Yeah, but it's so expensive, holy hell. Crossbow. Arbalist. Okay. Pike's Pride. Breakout of Will +9. Okay. The Dunred Demon. Headpiece of Intellect +2. Okay. Alright, I don't need anything. We don't have enough money, but actually I should probably sell one of these. Maybe not. I like them, I don't want to give away. But this one, finest stock. Yeah, this can go. I'm not gonna buy anything at the moment. The only thing interesting to me would be the helmet, but it's very expensive, so I'm not doing that. Alright. There's a commoner. Oh, I love the music. Oh, Ada has something to say I didn't see.
The dozens.
He shakes his
Pretty sure
head
you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off.
with a bitter smile.
Too bad, too. Said there'd be less of them.
Huh. Why do they call themselves the Dozens? Was 12 dear wooden stood outside Hargett Citadel waiting for Wadewind to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the gold hammer to detonate, so that's what they did. Gold hammer? God hammer. That's what they call the bomb they blew up Wadewind with. Don't know much about it other than that. Anything kills a living god, guess you gotta name it. What do you have against the dozens? Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have against a lot of folks anyway. The dozens, they like to take things into their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have 'em in Gilded Vale, but they'd be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke Margaret too, when they especially want to feel right. Somehow I don't think she'd be too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she'd like to set them on fire anytime they use her name, but the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. Well, there must be plenty of other groups that are better reflections of the figures that inspired them. Sure, just think of any off the top of my head. Just can't think of any off the top of my head. I shouldn't say that. There's a group of Eothasians, the night market. They still do right by their god. Helped get a lot of people to safety during the purges. They're easy to forget about though, cause they have to work in secret. You can thank people like the dozens for that too. Well, let's continue on. Good idea. Right. No.
Just say the word.
All of you, please. Okay, there's nothing there, but maybe there will be some people, so... There's a house. And some people. Matthias Nicholas. And Skunda Fried. And there's a house here. I don't see what it is, where it is going to, but let's see. Alright, what is this? Right, everyone knows the plan. Up the wall and in the window. Grab the jewel for the pretty little lords, we got it. Listen, dwarf, I have to. Langdon, we have company. Well, greetings. The dwarf eyes you suspiciously and hides his pistol behind his back. You are looking for someone? Because this isn't the best Langdon rounds on the dwarf. Idiot, they're probably with the Crucible Knights. You've made a grave mistake coming here, he raises his plate. I wasn't expecting that, you know, I'm not with them. Alright, can I not check what levels they have? Apparently it can't. Well,
Hey.
it has to be like this then. Here, apart from you and you. I have to do them one after the other. That's probably first. Alright, I need the healing, but maybe a bigger healing circle if possible. That's not needed at the moment. Granting allies the bonus to all defenses. Because the event strength restoring moderate amounts to all allies. Nope. Can I? Ah, yeah, I have to put it somewhere, right? Maybe the field of holy energy around the priest, burning any vessel in the vicinity and regenerating a modest amount for all allies. The power of the priest holy reigns is modified by how well his or her reputation aligns with the preferred behaviors of his or her faith. Well, and now let's go for the defense option. I think is probably better. All of you. Alright. Let's go back to my... No, I wanted to... Yeah. Then Daisy. You could, yeah, go for this. Perfect. And then... almost, and now the last one. Well,
Ready when you are.
You guys attacked me. It's not my fault. Find rapier. Think I could sell out of these. Yep. Thieves' letter. Our contact inside Raymond Mena will leave a second story window ajar. He's confirmed the location of the heart of the White March in a hidden chamber. Get your crew together and head to the Brackenberry before Lord Raymond moves the jewel. 80. Well, okay. Tell somebody about the plot, yes. I don't know who, but I will.
Not a problem.
Alright.
I'll have this open in no time. As promised.
Some gold? I think there was nothing else, was there? No, there is. A few bad rolls and spare tunics are bundled in the corner. Long jack tears slice across the garden scene in this painting. We have a few more rooms here. I don't know how many. There's nothing here. I hope there are no enemies there, but I will save the game and end this episode at this moment because we've reached 30 minutes of recording time. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. Until then, bye bye.